Ah, my long lost friend. It feels like it's been forever since we've been together in
You're
this
right.
particular format. And I'll tell you, it's got me really confused. I have no idea what time it is, man.
It's time for an audit.
Oh yeah, oh my God, not so aloha, Craig. How are you doing? Whoa, that's pretty scary stuff. Right there. I love that it glows. Thanks to our friends over at Pacifica Hotels for making Craig's dream come true by making sure he got one of those last year. Hey everybody, welcome to the one and only Friday Night Audit, the only show in hospitality that'll have you rethinking absolutely everything about your life. Why are you tuning in anyway? Seriously, bad decisions. It's Friday night. You've got much better things to do. Apparently, they don't, Craig. Craig Sullivan over there. I'm Glenn Hausman. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing good, brother. How about you? You freezing back there? I mean, you broke out the thermal underwear and the
I will tell you what. There's finally a good thing about Microsoft forcing all of this stuff on your screens here, because I've been watching the temperature here just drop and drop and drop all day long. We're going down like 1 degree every 20, 25 minutes at this point. So it's oh my God, it's frozen days.
I'm just gonna sit here like this the entire time.
It's probably a good idea.
I like that idea.
I'm gonna get nice and warm for my walk across town.
Yeah, exactly. All right, we got a great guest today, don't we, Craig?
We do. He's a good friend of yours. So why don't you do the intro and let everybody know what this person does before they ask him, I really like your stuff, but what do you do?
All right, well, first of all, we'll ask him at the end of the show if we're still good friends. We don't know what's going to happen here, but let's welcome to the show my favorite German, come Singapore, come Australia, come America, come German.
Brazilian and Italy, too.
Right. And we'll find out more. Fabian Bartnick is in the house. Infinito Solutions. Now, Craig, some might call me, well, you call me the voice of hospitality, but this is the voice of revenue management.
Nice. Nice.
You put on that special effect. We could do that too over here at the Friday Night Audit.
As a former revenue manager, let me tell you guys, there's nothing and nobody in the world more exciting, energetic, and more sociable than revenue managers. They are just the absolute best.
But I heard you're also part of the 501 Club.
What? The 501 Club? What is that? Like a pair of Levi's jeans that he purchased with somebody?
See, I thought that was going to be it, but no. Our friends over at the PM shift, the sales department always leaves at 501, so they're part of the 501 Club. Now, are revenue managers part of the 501 Club, or are they there longer?
So, I'm not sure. I'll let Fabian. Actually, Fabian, before we go there, I'll answer that question. But is it Fabian or Fabian?
I left Germany when I left Germany when I was 20 years old. And so I kind of got rid of the Fabian and went to the Fabian. Now that I'm back, you have to say Fabian again, yeah? Oder Herr Bartnick. Herr Bartnick, yeah.
All right, so I'm very concerned because something important that we need to get right out of the way right up front. Yeah, so Fabian, what are you drinking?
Is this swearing allowed or
yes,
is this?
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Okay. So I wanted to, in honor of my wife, have some Brazilian stuff, right?
Uh-huh.
So then she asked me, instead of sugar, because it's late in the night,
right,
I should take coconut flour.
Kokosblüten.
Correct. So instead of a caipirinha, I think we're having how do we call it?
A diarrhea, we called it.
A diarrhea, yeah. So it gets to a point where I can't even. Eva, you know those things in like parties where you have to down it. right?
Yes.
So I kind of feel
they
like
go chug, chug, chug,
Yeah.
chug.
I feel like I have to do this, right?
You can do it right now.
Screen's
There
yours.
you go. It's all on you.
Yeah. Go, go, go.
Where's the
go,
clap,
go,
Glenn?
go,
Where's the
go.
clap?
Kidding. No.
So let me get
So
back.
no. So it's Fabian or Fabian, but coming to the 5 o'clock club, right?
Yes, going back to that.
I read this nonsense of the 9 to 5.
Yes.
The cool thing is
great movie
the
with,
cool thing
Dolly
is now
Parton.
5 to 9.
What
That's
about
the cool thing. The cool thing is now 5 to 9. So you get up at 4:30. Chances are you crank out some yoga, right? So then you can do your 5 to 9, and then you're really like cool for the rest of the day, like surfer dude Hawaii style.
Yeah, so that's how you guys work. But
Aloha, Craig.
us in the real world, to answer Craig's question, revenue managers do punch out between 4:30 and 5:01. Depending on where you are, though, you have to basically be on 24-hour patrol. So if you're in a major market, a major dynamic market like New York City, you don't get weekends. You're checking your pickup through the weekends, because if you no owner is going to give a shit about you overselling a specific time frame because you were off on Sunday.
Right.
You better, if you didn't sell out that night, if you're 5 rooms to sell when you leave, you better make sure you sell out by the time you go to bed, because nobody's gonna give a shit.
Yep.
You didn't sell out because you wanted to sleep early. Nobody's gonna care.
Nobody.
But of course, if you get to budget season, then of course you're working forever, because every GM and owner wants you to revise your top line 45,000 times. But then you can work like Fabian, do 4 hours of work and call it a day, because you can.
All right, so I think that's great. So I got a beer that I'm going to be drinking tonight. I love Delirium. Now I couldn't find a German beer over here, Fabian, but I did get a Belgian beer. I hope that's okay. It's a Belgian.
Is this a liter?
What's that?
Is this a liter? Oh, sorry. Is this? That's like more than a pint.
It's 1 pint. 1 pint, 9.4 fluid ounces. They call these large format bottles around our parts.
Hey, Mike McManus.
Chug.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Oh, you're such a wussy.
Yes. That's actually like literally the nicest thing someone's called me all day. So thank you.
You're not the houseman, you're the wussman.
Yeah.
Seriously, I just read that.
Oh my God.
You're confused by currywurst.
Yeah, I don't. Yes, I am.
I was going to ask you to explain that, Fabian. What is currywurst? It can help Glenn get unconfused.
No, I'm not confused by what it is. I'm confused by why people like it.
How you doing, Mike?
I don't know. It's kind of like the German version of a hot dog, no?
Yeah, but it's got the curry on it. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't get the.
It's like true story. We had friends over for dinner in Singapore, and they are from India, right? And I was dumb enough to say, "Let me cook Indian," right? And the German version of Indian is you take curry powder and you throw it on, and you say, "Damn." Right, so I made curry.
Oh my God!
I made currywurst, and they were polite. I have to say, I think the nicest way I could say it, they were polite.
Yeah, that's very nice of them. So I'm not a big fan of the I'm not a big fan of the currywurst. But it's good German. It's a good German street food.
Currywurst with ketchup, though.
Well, that would be like something you would do. Just throw a piece of American
thing,
cheese on there, Dave.
Come on, you guys do cheesy fries. That's retarded, right? Or chili fries. Come on.
It's a politically correct show here, Fabian.
You call a fucking sausage in a bun, you call it a hot dog, right?
But the good news is he can get away with stuff just to be like he's German. Yeah.
No, but so currywurst normally are literally like you chuck a sausage, you cut it in pieces, you throw some ketchup on top, and then literally you take the curry powder and you go chick, 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 here we go.
Yeah.
It's amazing when you had a night out binging. Amazing.
But seriously, dude, I get that, but you just go to the next store and you get the doner kebab, and that shit's so much better. See, I'm cheering myself.
Yeah,
Much
you
better.
No, I agree. Kebabs. You have kebabs?
What? Kebabs?
You have kebabs?
Uh,
I love
no, I'm
the way how you
Glenn.
say kebabs.
Nice.
He's good, Glenn.
Kebab?
Fabian, we have a question here from one of our loyal viewers, Sir Dan or Lord Daniel. Sorry, what is the highest alcohol beer you ever drank?
Ooh, the highest one that I ever drank was a Stark beer of 12.8%, and it was absolutely filthy, but it did the job.
And where were you when you had that?
I was in London. So I lived with this guy, and I'd say he was borderline alcoholic, right? Which is, when you're in your 20s, not a bad thing, right? you always have booze around, right? And
Yeah.
he gave
Not
me
so
this
bad.
beer, and I drank one bottle, and I was like, oh, it's like somebody spiked the drink here, like, and it's only us. So
right.
and like, then I looked at the bottle and I was like, strong beer, and I'm used to 4.6, 4.7%. That's most probably what the Belgian beer has. Yeah, anything between 4.7 and 5 point something.
8.5. Yeah. Come on, Glenn.
You're gonna
Chug
be
it.
dancing, Glenn.
Chug.
Yeah, usually the beer that I drink a Leffe, usually, or like I have been drinking some Pacificos and stuff like that. And that's like half of the alcohol content is this, I think. So
I agree, Mike. Fabian is a life coach. All of you guys, especially these two dorks above me, can learn a lot from his cuisine and culinary arts. So I have a question for you, Fabian.
Yeah.
Fabian, Germans are obviously very well known for beer and their beer houses. Where do you think in Germany, or I guess I would say, where in your opinion would you rate that this place is in terms of a typical German beer house?
Where is that one?
Like, what would you is that atypical of a German beer house? Do you think?
You see, okay. So when you're a foreigner, you have this belief that we're all running around either naked.
No, you got lederhosen.
Or lederhosen. Exactly. So everybody thinks too tight lederhosen or naked, right?
Are you sure? Are you sure you're not just talking to people that watch adult videos?
Yeah,
So
Glenn,
wait.
yeah.
Where do you of a beer house in Germany? How, on a scale of 1 being the most fugazi and 10 being the most accurate, where would you put this in the style?
I have no idea. And the reason, Dave, is I come from a place that has more cows than inhabitants. Okay? So I grew up with best friends being sheep, right?
Their beer house is a barn.
Dave, my first beer house I went to last year. First time in my life, I went to a beer house last year. Right?
Wow.
Because we have so many different beers in Germany that you go to the pub, right? It's like you going to the pub, right? And every region, so there's some common beers, and then there's some specific ones to your region. So when I moved down here, seriously, Mike, I'm married to a Brazilian. Can you imagine my shock when I got off the plane for the very first time and people were dressed? Like, I swear to God, as a German, you are told you go to Brazil and everybody runs around in bikinis, right? And you come out of the plane, and they were clothes. It was earth-shattering.
Sounds very sad.
Not everybody was a model. That's even like.
Well, I have some breaking news, guys, because as it says in my brand new StreamYard provided title, and the best producer ever, I have been able to quickly and accurately find Fabian, whatever you want to call him, his local beer house from when he was a kid. It's just
memories.
Dave,
you You know, can you go back to the glory hole picture?
You do know what a glory hole is, right?
Listen, that's not what's on screen right now.
Oh my God.
You see, there's room
Yes.
for 4 of us.
So Fabian, Mike is really impressed with your lifestyle. So I think you need to add life coach to your title, and I think Mike's going to be your first client.
No, can I just say something? So I run a couple of tech companies, right? And consulting and some other stuff. And I meet people at conference and they go like, "Hey Fabian, I'm Dave." And I go like, "Oh, that's cool. Hi Dave. I saw you on LinkedIn. We're friends." And I'm like, "Oh, awesome." Right? You give a hug, right? And then you get in a conversation, and then after 10 minutes, they kind of go like, "So what do you do for a living?"
Nice.
And it kills me. I know what Dave does, right? He does fuck all on a Saturday night, playing pickup games. Oh, look, 5 more rooms to play.
And come on, you make it sound pathetic. Sometimes he has habit burger.
No, I've failed out of revenue management school. I became a GM instead.
Right. Hey, listen, they got to promote you up and out when you suck
I
at
couldn't
stuff.
cut it as a revenue manager, so they said, "Okay, you be the GM now. Just go sit in the corner. Let the real people do the work. You just pretend to know what you're doing."
You see, GM is like parenting, right? Today this kid is okay. Tomorrow this kid is okay. Tomorrow you're all just a bunch of dirtbags. Go to school. Stay there.
Yeah.
It sounds like when I run No Vacancy Live too. To be honest with you, it's not different.
Yeah, but you knew that coming in.
Yeah.
Yeah, good point.
You guys haven't actually met in person, have you, Dave and Fabian?
No, just over WhatsApp and chat. Me and
You know-
Fabian
you
had a
know-
book club. We had a book club though for a little while. We would share book recommendations back and forth.
That's cool.
Yeah. That was the cool times. The
So,
cool times.
You know, that's what we had nothing else to do because all the hotels in the world were closed. So
Yeah.
No, but can I just say I have not met a single person in my company in person.
Wow.
Right? I've met one and had to fire. Right? So somebody said like, "Oh, should we meet?" And I said, "Not a good omen."
Yeah.
Fabian, would you hire Glenn to work for your company?
Oh, fuck yeah. In a heartbeat, mate. In a heartbeat. That man.
So that's an interesting thing. That's very interesting. Who saw he did there? Fuck yeah. Very conflicting information.
Hey, you go, fuck yeah.
I can do other things. Fuck yeah.
Yeah. So when I first started my company, one of the first big jobs that I got was creating content for a revenue management company, and Fabian was a VP over there, right? That was your title at the time, and we just totally hit it off. And it was a lot of fun because you were living in Singapore, so we would like have calls at like 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. and do that sort of a thing.
And then I came to New York, and I have a fetish for chicken wings, right? I can tell you chicken wings and whiskey don't go together. Yeah, buffalo wings.
God, yeah, no, that's not a
you
good
puke your guts out. And I always thought, because Glenn told me he was from New York, or he's in New York, I always thought he's like 5 minutes away. So I was like, yeah, let's hook up and let's go out for dinner, right? I didn't know the poor man had to take a 2.5-hour train or something.
Yeah, it was really dumb, but that's just a train ride, not hanging out with you. I stayed in the city, so who cares? Yeah.
We decided, it was as freezing cold. We decided to do a chicken, like we even prepared it. We sent each other chicken wing, the 10 best chicken wing joints in New York, the blah, blah. And like, there was stuff like teriyaki chicken wings. We were like, no, fuck that. We want buffalo.
Right. We had to settle on one category, or else we'd get confused and distracted all night long.
So we went to Buffalo Wild Wings to start with, because I said, you know what, first night in New York, each time Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yep.
Couple of drinks, ate, and then we decided, like, we knew which joints we wanted to go to. We weren't clever enough to check the distance.
Well,
so the first one took like 2.5 hours to find.
Well, at least we were hungry.
Then we took the wings.
Sadly sober.
We took the wings and we were like, no, that sucks.
Yeah.
Right? That's not nice. And then we looked, where's the other one? It was another 1 hour away. And we were like, yeah, fuck it. Let's just go back there, have drinks, and just have fun.
This is why Fabian from the Europe area of the world.
From the Europe area.
Doesn't know
like an area code you're looking for.
Dave's not familiar with the countries of Europe because they were created before he was born.
At least
he doesn't believe they exist.
How big and how spacious this country can be, because this is what they're used to compared to the size of our Texas.
No, that's Baja, Oklahoma.
So, and this isn't even Alaska.
Sorry, is this old Germany or new Germany?
This is whatever map was pulled up on Google search.
Well, it looks like one Germany.
Yeah, no, we don't like that. We tried that. Didn't work. I wouldn't go there again. Like, no good.
There's something that says it's like if you drive 7 hours across Europe, you'll touch like 7 different countries.
Yeah. So
7 hours
where
across
I live,
Europe,
no shit. Where I live, so go do your special thingy there, the GM thing that you do with Google Maps, and type in Freiburg.
Oh yeah, I can spell that very easily.
Come on, you can do that. Freiburg. And bring it up.
Oh, please.
Good answer, David.
You're the best producer ever.
I know, right?
So it says the title. Sorry, Danny, you lose. So this is Friday.
So just zoom out, zoom
wow,
out.
You're like Zurich and Liechtenstein's pretty close there.
Yeah. So awesome. Zoom out a little bit, right?
Hold on, I lost the freaking page.
What do you mean you lost the page, dude? It's right there. Oh, on your screen? Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Oh. No, not that far. Okay, cool. So you see the red dot? That's us?
Dude, that's insane. You're like 12 feet from France.
Yeah, no. It's like 1 hour France, 1 hour Switzerland. About 3 hours to Munich.
Wow.
About 4 hours, about 5.5 hours to Vienna. 6 hours to Bratislava, right? That's
insane. I mean, for me, just for comparison's sake, like it's about 4.5 hours for me to get to Boston. It's 2.5 to 3 hours to Philly. It's 5-6 hours to get down to DC. Philly. Dude, I got to drive like a freaking hour and a half before I even get anywhere because I got to get through Long Island.
See, for me, it's a
nice. Sorry, Glenn, you meant your driver, yeah?
You have to drive.
So
no, your driver. Oh, driver.
In comparison,
that'd be nice.
You have 4 hours to Boston, an hour and a half to Philly. 3 hours, my ass.
Dude, I just told you it takes like an hour and a half for me to like get to like even where you are. So, you know,
an hour and a half to Atlantic City, 3 hours to Baltimore, 3.5 or so to DC. You have 6 hours down to like the Virginia area. So we have a lot to do in our quick drive. But if you want to go to Buffalo, it's 7 hours.
Yeah. Hey, bring up the map a little bit closer. All right, stop. So one of the things that really pisses me off is that Google and Yelp and all of these services need to understand what water is. Every single time I go up to visit my son in Boston, or I have a meeting up in Boston, it keeps trying to send me across a ferry across the water for directions and stuff like that. And anytime I on Yelp, anytime I put in a restaurant recommendation, it gives me things in Connecticut because it's like 15 miles from here. But it's 3.5 freaking hour drive to get 15 miles away from over here.
Glenn, who uses Yelp?
Ooh.
I was talking me back in 2012.
Do they have the shuttle or the ferry port here somewhere? No, usually they have the dock.
No, there's one in Port Jefferson, which is you can see it on the map over there towards the right side of the screen, and then there's another one all the way at the end in Orient Point.
So Glenn, let me tell you a story about me and my wife, right? So we reconnected after 10 years of not seeing each other. Okay. And you can bring up Australia, just bring up Sydney, Dave. And then put directions to Gold Coast, to Byron Bay. And so first she came 2.5 hours late to pick me up from the airport, right?
Ouch.
You know, you fly, you come in, you're like, what if she's not there? And she wasn't.
Oh my God.
Right?
2.5 hours late. You must have been freaking out. Like
She
planning
lives
how you're going to get home already. Right?
She lives 20 minutes from the airport. Sorry, I overslept. And I was like, yeah. Right? But so then we take the trip from Sydney to Byron Bay. Okay, you can see this. Yeah, it says what? 8 hours?
Yeah,
right?
8:46.
It took us 15. Now,
what?
Let me tell you why. So first of all, she used a TomTom.
Oh my God, I remember TomTom.
Wow.
TomTom. So I can't believe Dave even remembers TomTom. That was like before we had constant internet all the time. You would like download it. You would like download it from the internet at home, update your thing, and then plug it into the car and hope it worked out. Yeah.
It was the original garbage.
TomTom did not know the street was built.
Right.
So TomTom every 3 miles would take us off for a 25-kilometer round trip to come right back to the point. And here's the best thing. It was in Portuguese.
Oh my God. So yeah.
It sounds like, because Portuguese like la 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 la. So you love it, right? You go like, oh, the TomTom loves me. And so the moment I got a bit eerie was when it says, soon you got to take a ferry.
Right.
And I said, hang on one second. I know Australia. It's like, what? I'm not going New Zealand. Right? I'm staying mainland. And so we changed it into English. And then I was like, oh my God. And by that time, we listened to all the CDs in the car.
Right.
My laptop ran out of battery. Right? This is when you truly know you love a person.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? Because I tell you, 15 hours in a car with the same person and you both come out alive. That's love.
That's love. That's love.
I won't even drive 90 minutes to go see Glenn on Long Island.
Oh my God.
You will this summer though. We got to make that happen.
I know. It's been forever. The problem is Long Island just sucks.
Yeah, it does. I know. You don't have to tell me. You're not gonna like get any funny points on that one because it does suck.
And you're not going to
funny. It's about truth. But no, but seriously, Glenn's making a point, right? I in Jersey, 20 miles from the city. Glenn's probably 20, 30-ish miles from the city.
I'm 47 miles from the Moxie Hotel.
I'm 20. My parents are 45 miles from the city in Westchester. I'm 23
Moxie in
miles
Times Square.
To my hotel. I'm 23 miles outside of the city in Jersey.
Dave, your kids are calling.
But here's the thing. I have easy access to Boston, the Catskills, Philly, Atlantic City, all these places we want to go to.
I know.
You don't, because you decided to live on the wrong damn side of the freaking island.
Listen, it's not my fault. It's my parents' fault. They moved to Long Island. They chose to do that.
You could have left. You're a free man.
Did. I lived in the city for
like 60. You can't blame your parents.
I'm hoping my mom will let me move out next year. Yeah, but now I'm like I got to be near her kind of age. You know what I mean? So when I moved back out to Long Island, I wanted to be near them.
Oh yeah, that fits perfectly, right? Just so you don't have to move your ass across. Where does he need to go?
Listen, I'm at the point now. Like now, I'm like so trapped here because my spouse, she's in a school district on Long Island, working towards pension and all that kind of stuff. But I could work from anywhere now that my kids are gone. Like theoretically, I could be one of those digital nomad people. I am half the time anyway. So you know, it would be cool to be able to live somewhere.
Here's the thing about Long Island. Long Island is so inconvenient that it's not even convenient to get to other places on Long Island.
Oh,
It's true. He's right.
it's Chicken Dave.
That's Makai. She's much better looking than I am.
Yeah. Hey, Makai, how are you, baby?
There's the baby girl, 16 months old now.
Yep.
Nice. You see, I'm not going to have a dog. Never.
Yeah, Fabian, she's been on the show since she was a puppy. So it's been fun watching her.
So everybody in the family wants a dog. And I tell my kids, I'm fortunate enough that I grew up with a dog, so I know who had to take the dog out for a walk.
And that's why is why we don't have a dog.
And that is me right now. And everybody goes like, no,
Yeah,
we're going to take the dog out, right?
Yeah, fuck right you will. Hell no.
That's because you're not strong enough, Fabian. You're weak. You're soft. My family said the same exact thing. And I said the same exact thing as you guys. I said, I'm not walking the dog. I'm not taking care of the damn dog. So guess who's walking the dog at 6:30 in the morning and 2 degrees?
You.
My 10-year-old daughter. Guess who's walking the dog at 8 o'clock at night in 2 degrees tonight? My daughter. Guess who will not be walking the dog, freezing his ass off? Dave. So I am strong enough to say, you want the dog, you take care of the dog. Get better, Fabian.
Wow.
Wow. Okay, can I counter that?
I'm dumbfounded.
So Dave is a fat fuck.
Yeah.
His daughter is absolutely dynamite because she's super fit, because she actually goes and gets her 6,000 steps, and you just play pickup games.
Yeah, right.
I did my time. I did my time walking the dog.
Are you sure you just walked the dog, Dave?
Are you going to bring Makai when we go get breakfast in 2 weeks?
No.
Oh, come on.
No.
I didn't tell Glenn about that. Me and Craig are going to link up I'm going to take Fox to Cali. So I decided.
Right.
I don't even know how this came up. Oh, I know how it came up because
Glenn might be here.
You're going to be in LA the 14th, 15th, and 16th?
No, in 2 weeks now.
So Fox is obsessed with the movie Cars. And when we went to Disneyland last,
so you're going to go to the Cars Land of California Adventure.
Annie was like,
"Yeah,
you got to bring him back here." But I was like, got the whole blah, 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 blah. So eventually, he was like listing off. He got all the toys for Christmas. He's listing off all the names. I'm like, shit, man, I got to get him out there,
right,
before the baby comes, because otherwise we're never getting out there. So I looked up some tickets. The flights were cheap. It's like $600 to get out there for both of us and back.
Wow.
I already had my airline credit from when I booked my Click flight that I can't use.
Right.
And then the tickets for Disney were like $250 total.
That's great.
We're staying on employee rate at a beautiful hotel by the park.
Nice.
So we're going out. We're flying out the 14th, park on 15th, flying back the 16th.
Wow, good for you. That is going to be such a wonderful time for you guys.
And Craigie, if he doesn't bail on me, is going to come join us for breakfast the morning of the 14th at a wonderful little beachside restaurant in Hermosa Beach.
Good. That'll be wonderful. Yeah.
I'm sure Craig's going to bail on me.
Yeah, well, you can't depend on him.
Can't depend on California.
I'm just not.
So, Craig, are you some kind of surfer dude living the life?
Yes.
Yes.
That's exactly what he is.
Yeah, more like the dude, not surfer part.
Yeah.
No. I only saw his email and his title, right?
Yeah.
And then I saw the picture.
You mean his title, The Baron of Balboa Island? That title?
Yeah. And then I saw the picture and I was like, oh, he's living the life. Board shorts and everything, Hawaii. Right?
We didn't tell you about his house in Maui.
Oh, good. Good segue. We got to talk about your vacation to Hawaii, Craig.
You mean his 3-day shower?
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. It was monsoon season, and it started raining shortly after I cleared the airport, and rained almost the entire time. So you want to bring up that first short?
Your house or the street?
The street.
All right, here we go.
And yes, I now have a river in front of my place, and we do have some dumbasses in the pool. All right, here we go.
Wait, wait, hold on.
Right, I take umbrage too with the pool comments.
Yeah, what's wrong with being in the pool during a rainstorm? I love swimming.
Okay. All that water that was in the driveway, it also goes towards the pool area. And granted, there is a block wall that has some
right
panels that come out, but it can also go around it. Now, that water has all come downhill where you've got chickens and wild pigs and God knows what else. That water may look clean in the pool, but if any of that filthy water got in the pool, it's not so clean. And no,
All right, hold
thank
on.
you.
Let's. I think we need to. I think we need to look at this again.
Reinvestigate this.
Yeah,
let's reinvestigate.
Let's watch this.
And yes, I now have a river in front of my place, and we do have some dumbasses in the pool. All right, here we go.
I don't see any dirty water going in that pool. That looks like a lovely swim.
Yeah.
Now I'm more interested. Did you find out who's the dumbass?
No, it's one of my neighbors. So yeah, it was like I didn't.
So take your pick.
You know what? You see, here's the difference. In Germany, people would go out and wash their cars right now because it's free. We're gonna wash our car, except if it's Sunday. If it's a Sunday, no go. Like, dude, like if you go out on a Sunday and you switch on the lawnmower, you literally have red dots. Like people shoot you.
Oh,
it's Sunday. How can you? And like the typical. Sometimes I wonder if Germans live to die, right? It's like you work. It's like on Saturday. What do you do on a Saturday? Oh, yeah, I do the housework. But what about living? No, we do that on a Sunday.
Oh, we don't even do that on a Sunday.
no.
No, you guys are crazy. You have like what, 15 days holidays?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. You what I love about Europe is it's just like, sorry, August, it's closed.
Yeah. Everybody's
I
the
wish
Mediterranean having fun.
But it's so strange, Fabian, how growing up in this world that we have here in the United States, that you're really programmed to just like work for the machine constantly and give it all to whatever. Y'all really understood work-life balance a hell of a lot better than we do.
Like, so we call to have my son help with writing.
Yeah.
Right. Answering machine. I'm sorry, we are fully booked for 2023.
Right.
Right? That's the answering machine. We're fully booked for 2023. And you kind of go like, fuck me, you have an awesome life, right? You're booked for 2023. Like, people who want to make money think, let me hire somebody.
Right.
Right? Maybe I can do more. Yeah, it's like, no, fuck it, mate. Right?
The older I get,
life is good.
Yeah, dude, when I was younger, I used to like really like think like, why would people be that way? But the older I get, I'm wondering if like all this work is really worth it, or should you be more?
Let's ask Dave.
Like
He's the one working. Dave, come on.
Well, I mean, listen, Glenn is over there at his beautiful Houseman Pool House, Clubhouse, Dispensary, Steakhouse, Cookhouse, and Smokehouse Resort.
Houseman Hotel.
No, it's the Houseman Resort, Pool Club, Smokehouse, and soon to be dispensary.
His huge backyard.
Brewery.
Cool. But he's on the road 50 weeks out of the year. So you tell me, was it worth it? Right.
Well, listen, for me, it was worth it because I wanted to give my kids, a good upbringing for however I define that to be. I wanted to move out of Brooklyn because it was a small, tiny apartment, and I wanted to be able to give them a backyard and all of that kind of stuff. Little did I know, I'm the only one that would use the freaking pool and all of that.
Don't buy a pool. Last year, I bought a pool, right? So we have this, as I said, we moved here from Singapore, 90 square meters to like 1,000 square meters.
Right.
And I thought like, oh, great, look, they have a pool for $100. I didn't know that the fucker was 4 meters mal 4 meters, right?
Well, it was 100.
I spent 2 fucking days
wait,
putting in water,
wait.
right? And then it turned green. It turned green on me.
Fabian, you can't talk in European language. This is America you're talking to.
Oh, sorry.
No one knows what a fucking meter is. So to translate,
we only know we only know like grams and stuff like that because of drugs. So the rest we're not so familiar with.
For our viewing audience, Fabian really said 13 by 13 feet. Now we can go.
Okay. No, not inch. Okay, so don't mistake that was your for inch.
God.
So 13 foot, right now. So it took me 2 or 3 days to put the water in, right? And then somebody told me, so what do you do to clear the water? And I was like, what do you mean clear the water? Well, and then my daughter went swimming and she was like, there's these little things inside that make like, and I was like, oh, and then it turned green.
Yeah, of course.
And I said to my wife, it's like, fuck it. It's never warm. Like I wanted, you know what I want? We have snow outside.
Bathwater.
I want a fucking small jacuzzi in the garden, snowing, a bottle of Dom Perignon, and sit there like the biggest dickhead in the world in the hot tub, feeling like a king.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But I'm the only one. My wife says, no, then you're on your own. I'm not going to go out there. It's cold.
Yeah.
Right?
Listen, yeah, I hear you on that. We bought the house with the pool, so I would not have put one in.
I would not. Never. Ever anymore.
And not only that, but we wound up having to like
Celsius?
redo everything, by the way. So it's been like a real money pit, you know?
Yeah.
Why don't you just fill it in?
Because I enjoy it. And honestly, what I like about it is that it's an excuse to bring everyone together and hang out. So I love having the pool because I love entertaining and I love having my friends over and I love being able to have all of that. It just the pool kind of like just makes for the whole backyard experience, regardless if people are going to use it all day or not. It's an excuse to have fun in the summer. Plus, we got a little nice. We don't have. It's not a big property, but we got some, a little bit of grass, so we could, play some games out there and do all that kind of stuff and the cooking and
how many
yes,
degrees
well,
Celsius?
that's all day long.
Right, yeah. So you're growing some grass, yeah?
No, I haven't grown anything yet, but
it's
maybe
legal.
one day.
No, it's not
One
legal
day.
to grow it. It's legal to buy it, if I'm not mistaken.
Really?
No, you can grow here. I think you can grow now in New York City, in New York State. I don't know how many plants and stuff like that you can do, but was it
Glenn, you're only home 2 weeks out of the year, so only grow one.
right? I know. I would have to get like a whole system to make it automated and stuff. And
Yeah,
stuff
Well,
like that.
grow it for a
unfortunately,
year and then you can smoke one joint and that's it.
Due to the legalization of marijuana and weed products in New York State, the economy of Massachusetts has lost about 2% of its GDP because Glenn is no longer making mass runs.
I am making mass runs yet. Hold on, Dave. You're predicting the future because I think there's only like one dispensary open in all of New York State, and that's somewhere in New York City that allows.
We talked about this
recreation.
already. You can go to New York City. You can go to Elizabeth, New Jersey. There's one right across the Gothels.
I'm not doing any of that stuff because I'm going up to Massachusetts where it's legal, and there it just path of least resistance right now.
The Gothels Bridge is not closer than Massachusetts.
I've got reasons to be up in Massachusetts. I got son-related stuff. I got client-related stuff. I got a speaking gig there in a couple of weeks, so I'll go stock up.
You guys have first world problems. First world problems.
Yes, we
Thank
do.
God. And let me tell you, Fabian,
You see,
I'm
at least
every day for that.
Craig here has third world problems. Like he has cars in the swimming pool.
That's
Right?
it. Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
Lord Daniel has another question for Fabian. Does Germany really make the best cars in the world? I can answer that.
Fuck
No,
no.
Japan.
Nah, fuck no. Like you see, that's
Not anymore.
That's what annoys me over here, right? You have an extremely high standard of living. Okay, no doubt about that.
Yeah.
But you kind of rest on your laurels. You rest on the automotives, traditional automotives. It's not a what did I read the other day? We dropped out of the top 100. There's no German company in the top. There's no German company in the top 100. Right?
Right.
They dropped out. We're 108, right?
What? Like
And
Siemens is not like in
the
the
entire month of August.
We are out of 100. And the second thing is we're number 18 out of the G20.
what?
Yeah.
You guys
Like,
got to
give it a
get them.
couple
You
of
got to
years
get
and
back
we're
Angela
G-
Merkel or something like
yeah.
You
that.
know, when you're
Yeah.
G21 and they kind of go like, sorry, mate, no, so, you don't have the
Oh my
ticket.
God, I totally know that feeling when I'm first loser for the upgrades on Delta.
Yeah. See? They go like, Glenn.
Yeah, I'd rather be like 68 of 75 as opposed to sorry.
It's
you're
like
just-
I always
you're
tell
just
my kids,
not good enough.
right?
Yeah.
You either be first or third or fuck all, right? If you're fuck all, you're happy you participated. If you're first, you kick ass.
Yeah.
If you're third, you're happy to make the podium. Second one,
Right. That's just regret and a lot of therapy.
you lost. That's it. The second. Tough shit, mate.
Yeah.
Right? And so,
Yeah, I mean, you're definitely not getting those speaking gig dollars. Hey, let's welcome the silver medalist, you know?
right? So tell me about your life. You're well, I got depressed, started drinking, right? So started growing weed. Oh, sorry, grass. Grass, because grass is illegal.
We like to call it cannabis around here because that's
Cannabis. Why don't you put a bit of posh in there? Cannabis.
Hey, cannabis.
Cannabis. Right?
No,
No,
like bio cannabis.
No,
I'm
so
definitely starting to feel
we
this
don't-
8.5%, by the way.
we're not making the best cars, right? And I think, but it's an interesting story if we talk about how is the world going to look in 10 years time, 15 years time, because we have cutie little chat GPT coming out,
Yep.
right? Everybody goes like, oh yeah, it's so great, but it can't fucking tie its shoelaces, right?
Well, yeah. But
No, no,
but it's the guy who told me about machine learning. Obviously, this stuff's gonna like take over
No,
the
no, no,
world. It's
but-
gonna become Skynet in like 10
but
years.
we gotta make a Mr. Currywurst. We gotta make a big differentiation between the currywurst and Indian chicken tikka, right?
Yeah.
For me to say, I can predict when you say fall that the next one is down. I don't need to know what is fall down, right?
See, Glenn and I haven't worked that out yet. Somebody says fall, and we're looking, is it a season or what? We don't know we're falling down. So.
No, but I feel shit for our next generations.
You should.
Because you kind of sit there, go like, if I don't make it, you're fucked.
Yeah.
Right? Like Craig is okay. He got a house in Maui, even though it's flooded. Right?
Not up on the third floor.
You're okay. You're okay. You can. I have the perfect thing for your food truck. Confused by currywurst. By the houseman.
Listen, you've actually, if Fabian, you've got it entirely wrong. Confused by Currywurst was actually the name of my improv group in high school.
I've heard that band's actually going to be opening for Fish at the next concert.
Hey, listen,
Could
I'm
be.
excited. Come hang out with me at the Hollywood Bowl and Craig Sullivan too on the 21st and 22nd
You're playing bowling.
of April. What?
You know, you play bowling.
No, I do not play bowling.
Wait, Hollywood Bowl.
No, the Hollywood Bowl is a music venue. A bowl
so-
like
It's not a bowling alley. It's a,
Okay, so here a Hollywood Bowl is a bowling alley.
that's
Right?
funny. No, the Hollywood Bowl is in Hollywood. Well,
an
here comes a
amphitheater.
picture. That's the Hollywood
Ah,
Bowl.
okay.
Okay. And hey, Craig, our seats are so bad they're off the picture.
That's okay.
Yeah.
That's all right. And did you say Drew Hardy was going with us too?
No, I said he expressed interest in going.
Ah, okay.
So we got to figure that out. I don't know, because we'll talk about that later.
We'll talk about it.
Is this actually at all educational for people, or they?
I
just...
hope not.
No, we're not
Okay.
trying to be educational.
We're basically teaching people how not to live, how
Yeah.
not to be, what not to do in their life.
But when they do renegotiate their employment contract, you should always get a minimum of 1 month's paid vacation.
Yeah, Fabian. The whole point of this show is to really capture the vibe of what it's like hanging out at the bar after the conference, where you don't want to talk about all that other stuff. You just kind of want to hang out. And what I really love about this is like folks like you and all the other guests that we have. They get to show their human side, who they are as actual people, as opposed to that professional mask
I
that
don't
we
know
all put
what you're
on.
talking about because
Other than the best producer ever.
Yeah, I don't think I have the professional thing.
The
And neither
last
do
thing I
I.
want to be doing after a conference is hanging out with you assholes. So I don't.
Yeah,
I
I know,
think
right.
you missed the mark on that
Oh,
one.
wow. Wow.
Dave,
That's why
here's
he's
a
not
life-
going to the Click
no.
conference.
Can I jump in? Dave, here's a life coach in me, okay? You
Pay attention, Mike.
you need some angry masturbation under the shower. Like really badly. Okay.
I got
No.
you.
Man,
I'm leaving that
man, you're
one.
angry. Oh, go walk the dog. Oh, walk the dog.
No,
Brilliant.
that's my 10-year-old daughter's job. I refuse.
Right? You have the 50 shades of gray in between the black being the shower thing and walking the dog.
You know why I'm so angry, Fabian? I'll tell you why I'm so fucking angry. Because it is the worst time of the year to be living in New York.
It
It's
really
cold,
is. This is the worst
it's
month.
dark.
February
There's nothing
sucks.
happening. There's nothing to look forward to until spring. So there's nothing to be happy about.
Glenn,
Yeah.
you have to gauge his
Okay.
name card and put.
Let
down
me counteract
masturbation,
that.
Dave.
Let me counter that. How happy do you feel if your daughter takes out the dog? Thank you.
Hi, Makai. How happy do I feel? I don't feel happy at all. Just that's her job. She better go do that shit.
Yeah, but it could be you.
No, it will not be me because everyone
You
has a dog.
gotta appreciate those moments. That's
It will
what I'm
not be me
saying.
because you won't have the damn dog. But I am very much looking forward to going to California in 2 weeks with Fox to go enjoy some warm weather and spend 15 hours walking around Disneyland.
I'm
That's
going
been
to
a lot of
Bali. I'm going to Bali in 2 weeks.
Oh, good for you, dude.
I think
I'm
you
working. I'm working.
Oh, not so good.
Yeah, on a Sunday.
I hate being in amazing places and being stuck working. That's the painful.
But you're not working. You're not working.
Oh yeah,
Glenn.
I forgot about that.
And
Yeah.
then you chose to, when you're not working, live on Long Island.
I didn't choose it. It kind of chose me. It was not.
yeah.
No, but let me ask you a question.
Right.
If I ask all of you 20 years ago, do you think on the 3rd of February 2023, you're going to hang out with 4 old people?
I'm not even old. 20 years ago, I was 15 years old.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Dave's out of control with his
20
age.
years ago, I was a
No,
sophomore
Dave,
in high school.
ask your daughter if you're old.
20 years ago, I was a sophomore in high school, my friend.
Seriously, you're 35?
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah, I know.
You didn't age beautifully.
Yeah, because I'm stressed out dealing with his ass every day.
Oh man, if it wouldn't be 11
Oh,
o'clock, I would
okay.
say, please get me every week. This is fun.
So yeah, no, that's what happens when you deal with the houseman, pool house, clubhouse, and no vacancy, massive house. I have to get, I get stressed out.
You get stressed out, David? Really?
It's very
You got 3
stressful.
children, a wife who's pregnant, and you're stressed. I can't imagine that.
Yeah, I mean, and honestly, the
And a
biggest
dog.
stress is
I mean, come on. The dog's a therapy animal, isn't it, David?
the biggest stress is making the damn links every week for the stupid shows. But I'm making sure I do the spelling right because I'm rushing my typing.
Oh my goodness, how horrible it is to have to try to spell things correctly.
Nobody's got time for spell check.
You don't even need time for spell check. There's a fucking squiggle right there.
Oh,
See, and the
Lord.
other thing, David, I think that's really funny is if Glenn's wife said, I want to put the house up for sale, I think he would have a fit.
Oh,
I
100%.
think you'd go, there goes my fortress of solitude.
I have
You
mixed
would-
feelings.
We would literally move from Smithtown to Ronkonkoma. It wouldn't even matter.
No, unfortunately she's the other way. She's closer to the city. So it's like if we were to leave here, it'd be smaller home that costs more. And I don't see any reason
Spend
for
more,
that.
get less, Glenn. Come on, it's the American way.
That's California Craig's motto.
That's it. That's it. Hey, yeah, there's an update of your new home coming soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, Glenn is building a home from scratch on the California coastline, and Craig has been documenting it vigorously for us.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
wish.
So I asked ChatGPT, should a father or a dog, so the father or a daughter walk the dog?
Right.
What do you think it came back with?
The father.
No. ChatGPT is fucking politically correct. It doesn't never take a side.
Okay, so what do
Who
you
is
say?
this? Who is this?
ChatGPT.
ChatGPT.
What is that?
It's
Where
this
do you
big
live,
AI
man?
thing. Hey, Dave,
New Jersey.
tune into the show that you booked with Alan Young of Puzzle Partners, which is all focused all on ChatGPT.
Oh, you're going with Alan from Puzzle Partners?
Yeah, I love Alan. Yeah.
Awesome.
Alan, we met also back when we worked together.
Oh,
He's the
yeah.
best.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, so
New York
what
City.
what did Chat GBT say? It sounds like GBT. That's like a conference. It's a
GP.
sales conference. Oh,
So-
GP.
It says politically correctly, there's
Yep.
no inherent rule about dictating
See,
who should walk the dog.
because
The
in our-
most
go ahead.
The most important thing is that the dog receives adequate exercise.
There you go.
ChatGPT is
The
politically
reason why is
correct.
because we have
It's
come
like
very- we have
Angela
come very
Merkel
far.
on steroids.
No. We have come very far as a society. We have learned about, we've done much
Women
better.
are
We still have
shit.
we have a long ways to go for equal rights and all that stuff. But we have learned that if nothing else, a 10-year-old girl can walk a dog equally as well as a 35-year-old man. And I will stand true to that. Making sure
Okay,
that I fight for the rights of
question
my
here,
10-year-old
right?
daughter to walk the dog.
You
Oh
brought
my
up human
God.
rights.
How many people are calling Child Protective Services right now?
I mean, I'm doing it right now myself.
Okay,
It's
let's
2
just say,
degrees.
you need to call
There.
Child Protective Services so my daughter can walk the dog in the freaking suburbs of New Jersey where nothing in the world happens. She's on my side street with the one person.
You use the word suburbs, so you think she's less than you? Is that what you're saying?
No, sorry, Glenn. He used binary language. He didn't use non-binary general neutral language while
There
talking
you go.
because we are
We're going. We're
You're
taking
ever gonna
this.
produce
We're
the
about to
Academy
show
Award.
derailed
So,
off-
hey,
Learn to do
Hey,
that.
Fabian, we got before we go, we got one last question from Daniel over here. What's COVID like over in your neck of the woods? Are you pretty much on the regular?
okay. Yeah, now, I lived throughout COVID. I lived in Asia, so I was lucky because in Europe they were fucked,
Yeah.
right? But now we're awesome, right? At the end of the day, the only thing that I really hated COVID for was I was at a conference.
Yeah.
I came home, everybody had COVID. So I knew I'm going to have COVID. And I told everyone, like, there's no point in me going in a different room. I'll get it. You guys have been around for 5 days here, spreading it everywhere. I'm gonna be sick, right?
Yep.
But what annoyed me was that it was my daughter's communion.
Mhm.
And it was 9 days after I got COVID.
Oh, so you're like not allowed to
one
go.
day from the
And I was not allowed to go. And
Oh,
it was the first time in my life that I was not able to be there for my daughter. That was the only thing I hated COVID for the entire thing. I got dressed up. We took pictures and everything else. I tried, but I could not be there
That
for her,
sucks.
right? And it sucks. But I think COVID itself, fuck it, it's like a flu, right? But the mean thing about it is that if shit happens, you have to die alone.
Yeah.
That's it,
That.
right? It's this.
Well, Dave's had it like 75 times, so he can comment on it.
No, but do you know what I mean? It's like I think this is a nasty thing that at the end of it, when you really need that human connection, you're not allowed to have it.
Yeah.
And I think that's the mean thing about it. Everything else, it's like you can deal with it. I can deal with, like, Frozen Dave had it for 35 times. Right?
77.
Right?
He got it
So-
twice since we went on air.
I mean, companies are now making money by giving you not the PCR test, but the test to check you for flu virus, COVID, and 5 other things that you might have taken. Right.
Well, don't get me started on how like I think pharmaceutical companies want to like fix the problem, but not actually solve the problem. So you could just take their drugs for the rest of their life.
Cure. Exactly. It's not about curing diseases with big.
All right. So before we go off the fucking rails, I think we got to do this. All right, Dave, you're right. We are off the freaking rails.
Way off the rails for about 10 minutes.
Fabian, we haven't talked about business at all tonight. Tell us a little about what you're up to, bro.
Okay. So, good question, because everybody asked me that same shit.
Well, usually after you've tried to explain it for half an hour.
We like what you do, though, Fabian.
Thank you.
Oh, speak for yourself. I'm on the fence.
Honestly, the most awful part about COVID to me was that I got to know Fabian. So
you rock, David. You rock.
So, is there a lot of pressure being the voice of revenue management?
No. Okay. So, the couple of things. Okay. So, run 2 software companies, one food and beverage optimization and one in rooms. Okay. And I was like, every time we talk revenue management, every time we go to a conference,
right,
we talk so much revenue management. And we always talk about everything. And yet we always leave this thing out to say, how about we get the person doing it to make it better? How about we focus on the person that actually does it to get better decisions, right? And so Dave might appreciate it. He was a revenue guy, right? He's now a GM. So he knows both sides of the story. So when you think about it, we never optimize the user. We never optimize the person who actually does the revenue management. I put it in brackets, right? Because Tom, Dick, and Harry does revenue management when they have a channel manager or when they have a rate shopper, right? Like it's like it has become the slut of hospitality. Everybody does revenue management, right? But or you turn around and you're like, oh, it's an art. I'm like a magician. Like I do art and I do science, right? Like don't get me started on that shit. But my point is, we got to help the talent. Thanks, Dan. We got to help the talent get better. We don't, as humans, we generally don't want to make bad decisions. We make bad decisions of where we are in our life because of habits and external influences, right? And so I want to change that. And I put myself on a mission to say, you know what? I want to help 1 million people get better at what they do. Because if they get better at what they do, they have better lives.
Yep.
They don't have to work on a Saturday night, like Dave, in order to fill their hotel rooms, right? They can take a break. They can live. And so I have created a company that does a virtual analyst, which is kind of like the best friend of a revenue manager or a GM. Or a salesperson, because it takes all the biases out. Oh, we did shit, but let me do my best to talk the shit really good, right? To make it look so good that I come out smelling like roses. No, you fucked up. Somebody should say you fucked up, right? But if the revenue manager knows that and it says, you know what, on this day, you could have done better. All of a sudden, you take this defensive stuff out and make it collaborative.
Yeah.
And that is so much more powerful. I mean, when we are young, the first time, like Greg, remember 50 years ago when you were like in your 20s and somebody would say,
He's right.
And somebody would say, "Oh, you fucked up." You would get so defensive instead of saying like, "Oh, thank you very much." Right? Let's continue that. And I think we do it programmatically, but we also have now the School of Revenue that helps people who can't afford fancy schools. Right? You go to eCornell, you gotta pay your $1,800, $2,000, whatever it is right now, dollars in order to get the diploma. Right? I look at it from a perspective of, I don't need the diploma. I need to understand what it is. And if I can get it cheaply, we're running out of talent in hospitality. The young people see hospitality as a real life job, right? Instead of I can do some drop shipping from China and just sell the shit on my website, right? So we have an issue of talent coming in.
Yeah.
So your advantage will be to get knowledge very, very quickly and be able to apply it. And guess what? That will be every system, rate shopping system, CRM systems, POS system, whatever. I mean, Dave is a GM. He knows better than I how much staff turnover he has. How much time do people spend learning systems?
Yeah.
Who taught you to use Netflix? Nobody.
Glenn taught him. Glenn's his daddy.
What was I taught?
Glenn's tutorial on how to use
Netflix.
Netflix.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, damn. No,
All right.
R-rated movies.
So Fabian, tell us how we like make more money with you. Where do we find you?
You can find me on LinkedIn. Just type in Fabian Bartnick. There's not a lot of me. There's just one.
Beautiful. Frozen Day Dave, you got a plug tonight?
Yeah, I'm plugging away sweet Southern California. I'll be there in 2 weeks to get warm while you freeze your ass off out here, Glenn. I'll send you pictures of the sunny California beach where me and Craig are going to get breakfast together with Mr. Fox. And yeah, it's going to be a good time for all.
Good for you. I'm going to be going to balmy locations, I think, such as Boston and Chicago in the next few weeks. So that'll be
times a year.
Great in February. Craig, what do you got? Craig, what do you?
Do I need to pick you up for breakfast, or are you going to drive over?
I'll drive over.
Okay.
All right, Craig, what do you got going on?
Hey, March 1st and 2nd, Costa Mesa, California, the 6th Annual California Lodging Investment Conference, the only hotel conference that's focused exclusively on the California hotel market. We got brand vendors. We got everybody there. We got Glenn there. We were there,
but go anyway.
For a year. So Fabian, come on down.
Yeah, it'll be great. Dave won't be there, so perfect opportunity to come and enjoy yourself. Dave, it so sucks that you're not going to be there. You're going to be there 2 weeks too early.
Stupid fucking kids.
What are you going to do? That's what it's like. That's what it's like. That's the penalty for having those little ones. So what are you going to
2024, baby. I will be there for sure.
All right. Awesome. Hey, everybody, check out No Vacancy Live. Hire me for your next speaking gig event type of deal. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Find me at Glenn at NoVacancyNews.com. Thanks for being here tonight. So for Fabian, Frozen Day Dave, Not So Aloha Craig, and me, the house, man. Have a great weekend. See y'all later.
Bye. Good night, everybody. Bye.